Hey guys, today I'm going to review Metro 2033 Redux, though you most likely already know this from the title of this video. The game came out in the Epic Store a while back, and I picked it up because it was free, so I finally tried it, and not to say too much, it was amazing. Just to state a few rules, to make this video more structured, I'm going to review it on a few points: the story, the visuals, and the combat. So, let's talk about the story, because it's hard to talk about the others without talking about the story first. The game takes place in a dystopian society in Russia after the events of World War III, which caused a nuclear fallout. This caused creatures to mutate, creating the mutants you see in the game. The people who survived this went into the safety of the metros, or subways, of the city, essentially letting them live in the non-irradiated land of the underground. You play as Artyom, a ranger wannabe who has never left the underground city. Very early on, it becomes clear that the attacks from mutants on your hometown are becoming more frequent. This causes the ranger hunter, your biggest inspiration and mentor, to leave with the only instructions being to get to Polis, the largest underground city in the metro, and get their help to protect your hometown. And that is what kicks off your journey. And now, onto the visuals. The game has amazing graphics and is incredibly immersive. It has great visual exposition. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's how the game displays the general theme of it with just visuals. Is it dark and gloomy, or vibrant and happy, etc. A great example of this is near the beginning of the game. It has beautiful lighting, and every NPC has their own special dialogue that makes it all the more immersive. On top of that, there's a small room that you go through with hospital beds, and in front of those are curtains. Instead of just blocking it off or allowing you to clip through it, when you walk past it, the curtain moves upwards over your head, showing off its near-perfect attention to detail, along with special quotes that play when you get too close to the patients behind the curtains. Another good example of this is how your gas mask has things that fly over it when you go near rotting things like dead bodies or other things that might have flies. Also, when you shoot an enemy that is too close, it sprays blood over your mask. But this game has an innovative mechanic that allows you to wipe off the blood on your mask by quickly tapping the gas mask key. Also, during the times where you're walking through the safe Russian areas, they have a distinct music that plays. But when you're in a destroyed town that you come across, the same song plays, just quieter, further enhancing the feelings of loss and dread that the game is trying to convey. And now, I think it's time to talk about the best part, the combat. The combat in this game is nowhere near lackluster. There are upgrades you can get in your weapons, which are really unique and fun to use, like doubling the barrels in your shotgun, for example. Also, just the overall feel of the guns is amazing. There is also a stealth mechanic, where you can sneak around areas and snipe people with a silencer. But if someone is too close to the person you just shot, you better be quick to shoot them too, or they'll call for help. Another good thing is the light and health mechanic. First off, the flashlight mechanic is actually really well made, because you want to see in the dark, but enemies can also see you more easily when it's on. And it can run out of power, forcing you to recharge it with the universal charger you always have with you. Later in the game, you can even get night vision goggles, which can help you out tons, at the expense of my crappy computer's frame rate and losing more power, forcing you to have to recharge it a lot. There is no health bar like in conventional games such as Borderlands. Instead, the edges of your screen progressively get more red and blurry, and the light sound of Artyom's heartbeat can be heard as it becomes louder and louder the lower your health gets, making some combat scenes all the more exhilarating and chaotic. Another great thing about the health in this game is that it doesn't regenerate. Instead, you have to use a health pack, which the game provides lots of and generously allows you to carry up to 5 at a time, and they heal you to full health incredibly fast. The only bad thing that I can say about the combat is that for me, sometimes it occurs too often, and I start just wanting to play more of the game's well-crafted story instead, but that's about it. Overall, I love Metro. It has a deep story, beautiful visuals with incredible combat. I would highly recommend it to anyone you know or think might enjoy the game, and people who are unsure about it. Metro has 2 play modes which allow you and your friends to experience the 9 hours of gameplay it provides differently. And if you add up both, that's 18 hours. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, please drop a like and subscribe.